Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, it's early in the morning, about 6 o'clock to be precise. I've got to take the neighbours to, is it the train station? Train station, bus station. They're going away for Christmas, so I'm going to try and squeeze a little job in before I start my running round for the day, so I've got other things to do as well. Saturday morning, by the way. This is a job that I'm doing because Hitchcock's didn't have any in stock, and I have found some on the interweb, but absolutely no chance I am going to get them here over Christmas, or one item. And it's a silly little thing. I mean, this one's a bit beat up, but I can sort this one out, I think. Depends how the other one turns out that I'm going to try and make. So it's the bearing cup protector thingy. So we had the bearing cups like so, bearings go in, they're sandwiched in there, and this little cup, when it's not battered, goes over there and sort of contains the grease in and stuff like that, and keeps some of the dirt out. And there was only one on the bike. Because I actually want to try and get the front end in the frame over this Christmas holiday thing, I'm going to make one. I might make the pair of them. I'll see how this turns out, see how well we can clean this up and straighten it up. I might make the pair of them. Or the one I'm making might not turn out very good. So I'm going to have a mess about with that. I've got some alloy. That's already had a hole cut out of that. Look, I'm going to have to cut another one of them. So I'm going to cut it out with a hole cutter. And hopefully, with all this stuff I've got here, make something to sandwich a piece of round alloy in and turn it into that with an hammer. I've got 2 hours. Let's see how that goes. Right. Ooh, my drill's dropping out. How's that occurred? Oh, come on, we ain't got time for issues. There we go. I've got to do this as quick as possible. Put that there. Find a... This is a bit beat up. Find us a flat piece of that. So I end up drilling a hole in the middle. Sort of thing I sometimes do without thinking. It's for a reason. I want a flat piece. It's all. I've obviously been beating things on this because it's soft. I think that corner, round about there. Right, let's just get a clamp and wazz that up. Right, let's try and do this quiet. Impossible. One circle. So I think if I use that as the main bit we're going to form round, and I use one of the bearing cups, races, whatever you want to call them, to sandwich it. That bit of alloy there, if I quickly turn that down and drill a hole through it, this is a very sort of over the top thing to be doing, but like I say, there's no way I'm going to get one of these here off the internet quick, and so I'm going to get the front end on. Not in this video. Well, quickly when I get this done. Yeah, let's turn that down very quickly so it fits that. So get rid of that step, turn that step down. I'm really screaming for some more alloy. This was 1 meter long. It's amazing how much you use. Right, let's do that. Right, just popping a hole through the middle first, because I'm going to sandwich all this together, hopefully with a long bolt. Stop it all moving. Right, next, that first step. Change, won't it? Let's think about it. That first step I'm going to turn down like a pin that goes into this hole, because this hole's a lot bigger than the bolt I'm going to put through it. I'm probably not explaining myself very well at the minute, because I'll say I think I've got an hour and a half left now before I have to go to the take the neighbours to the station. Right, I've got to get that next step. I don't know if you can see how well you can see this. I can't even open the curtains, it's still dark outside, I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah, got to turn that bit to go into there. Moving forward, so we've got that we've just turned down. We have got the actual bearing itself. Gosh, just got to be careful I don't hit that with a hammer. That goes over there. I'm using that because I haven't got another piece of material that big. That wasn't quite big enough. So, you probably can't see it, but yeah. I've got to drill that out. Make that hole bigger. That'll go on there. And this will go over there. Sandwich it in. And then hopefully we can beat it into submission round there. It'll all stay nice and tidy, and we'll have ourselves one of them. Let's see how that goes. Right, got a hole in. Just got to get rid of the rough stuff from around the edge, and then we're ready to give it a go. I say, if it's any good, I might make the other one as well. We'll see. I think it's only the bottom one that you can actually see a little bit of. So saying that, I probably won't make two. Right. Okay, right. Let me think about this. That on there. That in there, I've had to modify a few things because my bolt wasn't long enough. That'll go in there. Then the actual bit we're gonna give a bashing. That through there. And just get a nut on there. There we go. All this. So I've got the part to put the front end together. Right, I'm going to do that up, and then we're going to get smacking it with an hammer and see what happens. It's got a couple of scars on the surface, but we'll be able to polish them out. It's going to get more scars anyway from the hammering, but we should be able to dress it all up. It's obviously a bit thicker than the standard thing, but I'll say that'll give us a bit of material to dress it up when we finish shaping it. Hopefully it's gonna go all right. Let's stick it in reverse a minute. I've just thought of something. My nuts are dropped. Where's that gone? Oh, my phone's going. Right, where was I? 7 o'clock in the morning and the phone calls start. I would love a day where I can just like go all the way through the day where I'm just concentrating on what I need to do. That'd be lovely. Can't see it happening, but it would be lovely. Anyway, I want to take the edge off this a little bit more. I reckon it'll form better if we put a bit more of a chamfer on this. So I'm just going to do that, and we'll bolt it all back together, and then we'll get bashing it out. Okay, that's a bit better. Got that in there, got that on there for correct size to sandwich it. A bit we're gonna crack with the hammer. Why don't that fit no more? What am I doing wrong there? There we go. That through there, that in there. And that done up. Right, let's go. In the vise. That's all nice and tight, I think. Yeah. Okay, slowly now we're just gonna start working it round, because yeah, it's a lot to ask of it. Our biggest thing is stopping it creasing up. It's gonna actually be quite a slow process, but we'll just take a time. What I'm going to do is start hitting it on the very edge and keep working all the way around and slowly getting it down. So we are going to scar it with the hammer, but this is thick enough to dress all that out. I'm just going to go round and round and round, trying to get it to all go down even. If it don't, that's when the creasing will start. So far that's going quite nice actually. not going to be able to avoid the hammer marks, because what I'm doing now, I've come off from the edge and I'm hitting it on the flat, or else we won't get it tight around this brass bit where it's trying to roll around the edge. It'll sort of roll and come back in else. Let's pop that out there a minute. It's a bit dark there, isn't it? Let's go over here a bit. So looking down here, we can now make sure it's tight against the little forming jig that we've done. See, it's a little bit baggy here. Hold it in the camera, eh? Little bit baggy there. So before we pull it out of this, we want to make sure that it's tight all the way around. Probably what we'll get away with now is just going around like this. Well, I think that's about it. I'm actually going to leave it in this. I think I'm going to put that in the lathe to dress all the marks up now. No, I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to have a go with the file first. Again, this is probably not the done thing on a lathe. I get that. I've said before, I use this lathe more like a pottery wheel. So I'm going to go with the file first. And then, what have I got? Oh yeah, one of the belts. And see if we can sort of get it nice and fine with that. You'll probably see the base wobbling all over the place. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. Sometimes the frames per second with the camera can mess about a bit with stuff like this. And also make it look like it's going backwards, which I think it's doing. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, the very edge as well we need to do. Just I'll say that's all over the place because of all the stretching we've done. Get in there. push it. See if I can find something a bit finer. Think we're getting there. That has worked. Excellent. What I can do now is actually put that back on there. And just put that back in the lathe and skim that off, because we've actually got to obviously bore that hole out a bit more. Just got to be that size. I'm so tempted to make another one. Just down to the fact that I enjoyed making it. It wouldn't hurt if I actually made the return, the top, a little bit thinner actually. Bit of a burr there we need to take off. No big deal. Anyway, I want to do something about the top there. That's got that edge nice now. Got to polish it, haven't I? It's far too tempting. It's got to be nice and shiny. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's not too bad. Right, next we need that size hole in it. As you can see, this score mark here, that's obviously where it's sort of pressed in, where we've sandwiched it in. Let's put that mark in it. But I'm thinking actually of putting it back in the lathe, see if I can score another line in to the correct size the hole's got to be, and perhaps try and score it as deep as I can. At least it'd be a guide to go to. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Right, moving on. Sorted. I may have done something on the slight dodgy side to pop that centre out, so I didn't film that. You know what it's like, the internet can get a bit giddy when you're doing something dodgy on a machine. So it's all sorted. I've really enjoyed doing that. Like I say, Hitchcock's didn't have any in. I could have got them off the internet elsewhere, but I probably wouldn't have got it till maybe the new year now. So at least we've got one, and we can continue over the Christmas holidays. Not that I'm having much of a holiday. And continue with the build, basically. So yeah, happy with that. It's all nice and round, nicely finished. So what happens with that then? You have the two cups. Obviously the bearings go in there, one side, one the other side, bearings in between. So you'd have that way, all your bearings would go in, then the corresponding one will go on there, and then this will go over there, and it shuts the joining gap off to help keep the grease in and the muck out. As you can see, it's all the same height as the standing. It's actually a tiny bit taller actually, which ain't a bad thing. And then this one will be for the bottom of the frame, bottom of the headstock sort of thing. So this, let's go to the frame, will end up there like so. Oh, I think that's going to look all right. And like I say, you can actually see this one a little bit on, you know, looking at the bike at certain angles, especially as you've got the steering turned. This one is visible. The one at the top isn't so visible, so I will be using this one down here. I'm happy with that. Yeah, like I say, I could continue with getting the front end on now. I went to the powder coaters yesterday, picked up the gloss, so we have the headlight nacelle. Probably the next video we're going to get that on, get that little cup on we've made in this video, and start building the front end, get the forks together. I've got new seals to put in them, so we'll probably get the headlight nacelle on, the forks in the next video. It's progressing nicely, and we'll just keep pressing on. I'm so chuffed with that. I've enjoyed every second of making that. I love doing stuff like this. Although obviously it would have been a bit more feasible probably hanging on and buying one for a couple of quid, but yeah, we can continue with that. Anyway, that'll do. I've got to go and do me running around things, and hopefully back in this shed later, and possibly getting the next video underway with the front end going in. I think that's it. Yeah, again, thank you all so much for special sticker purchases. I said it before, I appreciate it immensely because it's pushing this build forward. Very, very, very grateful for you all your kindness and effort and support in any way, shape or form. And what else is there? I think that's about it. I'm gonna go and get ready and sort neighbours out and things like that, and then come back in here and press on. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon.